Good afternoon. Thank you all for listening in um, on today's psychology round. I know it's been a while, and Koski today, unfortunately, is not joining us, but he will be back. He's, creating his material. He's getting himself together to bring you new and improved material in the 2021 chapter. And I just want to say thank you all for listening in. My name is Jaquan Brennen. I'm the managing partner of the BBT community. And today I just want to cover with you the journey, the road to consistency. And we've this year, it's been bittersweet with the restrictions and the lockdowns and you're stuck here and you're stuck there, you're limited to this and you're limited to that. But I just want to cover, the process. And I'm looking back because before I came here, I'm literally just trying to figure out what material I'm going to give you today. And before I came here, I started listening to past psychology rants, and just understanding the growth from then to now. And it's miraculous, that some things that I did back then that I'm doing now. And I just wanted to share that with you. And before we get into anything, I have a few topics for you today. It's understanding yourself, understanding the cycle of Forex, establishing a plan and a routine, building mental stability, accepting the risks, and through the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. All right. So, first thing we're going to touch on today is understanding yourself. And within the Forex market, we have a lot of things that we struggle with. We struggle with, key things, with psychological things like greed and fear of getting in, fear of the market, fear of trading, which results with fear of getting in. But these are things that are known to us in our journey, and you cannot seek consistency, you cannot seek to keep going, and you cannot seek n- to build consistency if you do not identify the issue that you have. All right, so it's like you're walking two step forwards in the consistency race, and then every time psychology comes in, you have to take two step backwards, so you're not gaining anything because you cannot identify, and you cannot have a true understanding of yourself. And DC, and I want to thank DC so much, is because one time, and everything that I talk about psychological wise, it has happened to me and it happens to me, and one time, I was in a spell that it was consistent losses. I didn't know what to do, and I felt like giving up. And I told DC, I said, DC, I don't know what to do. I'm at a roadblock right now. What to do? And you know what he told me? It's like, listen, you cannot allow your losses to determine your future. All right, you cannot allow your losses to determine your future. And I want you to know this as well. You cannot allow your past to determine your future. But without understanding the past, without understanding the issues that had caused the past, without understanding the failures of your psychological realms, things that have been happening, you cannot move forward, you cannot continue to progress if you don't tackle the issues that you have today. So I want you to understand that in anything that we do, before we gain consistency, or before we gain, the commitment, we have to tackle things that had been, troubling us, that had been stopping us from gaining ourselves, or developing ourselves, so that we could gain consistency. All right. And I want you to understand, the cycles of Forex. And Forex isn't an easy journey. Don't let anyone tell you that it's gonna be a walk in the park, because it's not. And I tell each of my students that I feel like Forex has so many stages, the stages that you're doing good, the stages that you feel like you're gaining, and then it's a setback. And it's like a new level. It's like you're playing the Mario. Every level you get something new, and that's how it is, because Forex is a never ending learning process. Like anything we do, you learn every day, up to the day that I still have aha moments. I still have moments that allows me to continue with my growth, that allows me to continue with everything I do. I still have those moments. And I don't want you to feel like Forex is something that you're going to come here and with 2 months you're consistent. No, it doesn't work like that. I've been a Forex trader for about 4 years now, and 1.5 year, maybe 2 years, I've been consistent, and I feel like it's more time than that, but it's a road. It's not something that you're going to gain, at the end of the road. You start and then in 2 weeks you're gaining consistency. No, it isn't like that, because you have to in other and accept the technical analysis part, or the analysis part in general. You have to tackle the psychological part, and that's something that lies within you. That's something that you have to develop within yourself. And identifying these issues and continuing the movement of identifying and rectifying these issues will allow you to to continue your Forex journey and end it strong. All right. So another thing that I want to talk about is establishing a plan and routine. And a lot of people that says that, oh, routine's boring, I'm spontaneous, and that's fine. You could do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, your mind needs adjustment, and your mind needs to know that this is something that's going to happen on a recurrence. This is not something that's happening on a routine, so that your mind prepares you for work. Your mind prepares you to process your thinking. All right. And I want to share my routine with you. Every day I'm asleep, or at least Monday through Friday, I'm asleep from 7:30 or 7 o'clock p.m. and I get up at 12 a.m. to trade London. All right. When I do that, I then get in the shower. I then come back to my desk. I meditate for about 5 to 10 minutes every day, clearing my mind, allowing me to come into this workplace with a new strategy, with a new thought process. After my trading, I then start my exercise. All right. So whatever time that my trading is finished, whatever window that my trading is finished, I then go into my other routine, which is exercise. All right. And after that, I make breakfast. And after breakfast, I then start to find things to do, as in, what could I do to better myself each day? Is it either reading or whatever? But, it's something that allows me to, let the time be idle by. And I just want to know that a plan and a routine and anything we do, it increases the mental stability, it increases the mental process, the mental thought process, to allow us to be more thoughtful and more creative in our work environment. All right. And I want to share a story with you that, that I told my group today, this week, and it was regards to building mental stability. And I shared it with them that we normally do things like we normally set, and the reason why this story came up before I started telling this, that I had an aha moment this week that helped me develop my consistency even more, that helped me, develop my mental stability even more. And it's basically something like this, where we as human beings, we set goals. It's normal to set goals, but sometimes we set these radical goals that allows us to put up a roadblock, you know, that allows us to stop our thought process. Why? Because maybe we're scared to continue going forward. Maybe we're scared to, to lose, and that's normal. When before you make an investment in anything you do, there's a thought process. And I shared this with them, that when this happens, your mind sets you back. You understand? And the reason where I came from is because, maybe you have a goal, let's say that you want to make two, 3,000, $4,000 or $5,000 by the end of the week. And you personally know that your consistency isn't there to allow you to do this. It's not that you can do it. Maybe you can do it, but your consistency in your thought process isn't allowing you to do it. So what happens is that when you cannot accomplish this goal, it sets you 3 step backwards, and now you're in a struggle with your mental stability, because you keep setting these goals, you keep setting these unrealistic goals, and now it's hurting your thought process, it's hurting your mental stability, because every time you make a step forth, you take 10 step backwards. And that, that deters you from doing anything. Why? Because you're setting these goals, unrealistic goals. That's kind of, just to put your mind at ease, because you took a venture that you want to become successful in. And it's just a waiting process. You have to wait it out. You have to trust your analysis. You have to trust your judgment. Before you just jump the gun. And I'm right now biting the bullet for something that I did, that didn't make sense. And like I say, I don't want you to feel as if these things don't happen to me, because they do. They do. They happen to everyone, but it's the backpedaling. It's that what you do after it happens. It's how you get out of the situation. That right now, that's happening to me now, because I got out of the situation, but my psychology and my mental stability allowed me to now channel my way throughout the situation. All right. And another thing that I want you to do is, and I've learned from a young age, and this isn't nothing really to do with the Forex community, but it's just something to do with the general concepts of life, and the general concepts of being our true selves. You want to surround yourself with people who's going to help you build your future. You want to surround yourself. You want to always keep yourself in an environment that's going to help you push yourself forward. And I say that to say this, I have a group now that's going to be formally known as Investo Corp in 2021. That we and it's crazy how we came together, because I don't think there's actually a true story but how we came together, but somehow I feel like Chris had something to do with this. But um we came together, and we established a community, and we help each other, even though we are all consistent traders, and we help each other. We help each other gain consistency. We help each other build our skills. We help each other, develop the mental stability, because we're focusing on mental stability now. We help each other develop the mental stability to continue to allow ourselves to be consistent. And when you surround yourself with people that's going to continuously allow you to become consistent, that's going to continuously allow you to become the best that you can possibly be, this is the type of people that you want to be with. All right. And another thing, before we close, is accepting the risk. And that's something that has to be said twice. Accepting the risk. In life, you can't expect to get anything back out of an investment if you don't accept the risk. And within Forex, it's the same thing, because Forex is an investment. You can't expect to invest and then, some investments are short term, some investments are long term, but you can't expect to invest and then automatically you want. No, it doesn't work like that. An investment is something that takes time, you know, even if it's self investment, even if it's, a normal projected investment, if it's self investment, a projected investment, whatever what it is, when you're investing in something, it's something that's going to take time to give you the results that you're looking for. All right. And in Forex, accepting the risk, or accepting the investment, is a major psychology key that needs to be broken. Why I said that? Because it doesn't allow for growth. When you don't accept the risk, it doesn't allow for growth. And what happens? It goes right back to your mental stability. You can't build your mental stability if you don't accept the risk. All right. And another thing I want to close out with is, through the pandemic, and I close with this. We've been blessed, even though that the situation that has happened now, a lot of us has been off from work. A lot of us had time, and a lot of us cry for this time. Time. We need time. We need time. We need time. We need time. Well, you got it. You've had from, for my instance, I'm in the Bahamas. I've had from March up until now, more than 6 months of just time to develop myself mentally, to develop myself physically, to develop myself, financially, to continue in the new year, in the 2021 year, to kill this market and kill anything that I normally do. All right. So I want you to say, for those that have taken the investment and have invested, and been patient on the investment, I congratulate you, because we've had the time. We've had the time to become consistent. We've had the time to develop the journey. We've had the time to reflect upon the road to consistency. We've had the time, and it's been rough. A lot of us, we thank God every day for bringing us out of this pandemic, but we've had the time. We've asked for the time, we got the time. So I hope and pray that each and every one of you utilize this time to build the consistency that you were looking for. All right. Thank you all for listening in. I want you guys to visit the BBT Consulting community, bbtconsulting.org. And if you're interested in learning Forex and becoming a part of my mentorship, you can send us a message under the members chat to get a 25% off discount for any new student or for anybody that's interested, even in financial services, and look forth to 2021 of the Investo Corp community being founded. It's in the pipeline now, it's in the workouts. Investo Corp is a company that's going to be investing upon your financial future, where we're going to be handling hedge funds and forex profiles, forex management profiles, investment management profiles. So I want to thank you all for listening in, and remember, secure your financial future.